Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Wednesday, the 12th of June, 2024, the year of 1,000,000 transactions per second or more. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using Bitcoin SV, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. There we go, got it out in one mouthful. Check it out. Right, so we're just going to go through this article here. This sounds pretty good, even if I do say so myself, by the new Stack. The title is Why I Changed My Mind About Blockchain, but he actually changed his mind in a positive way towards it, not kind of like changing his mind against it. So let's see what this says and discuss it as we go through it. The BSV Association uses blockchain to elegantly solve an engineering challenge, the creation of the unboundedly and linearly scale core banking system. All right, kind of interesting. I studied cryptography at university around the time Bitcoin emerged as a novel and unconventional concept. In one of my courses, we analysed the cryptographic building blocks of a cryptocurrency very similar to Bitcoin. Although I admired the brilliance of the algorithms and protocols, I wasn't particularly enthusiastic about blockchain technology. Well, if he's not particularly enthusiastic about blockchain technology, it's just because blockchain technology is just indexing. So, I mean, it's still quite good because you link bits of data together with the assigned hash number that's created from the previous bit of data that goes into a block, and the block creates a block header, which then goes towards creating the hash number of the following bit of data in the next block. So it just means all the data is linked together. It's pretty basic, but it's still a great idea. You can link it all together. The only thing is, if you're linking it all together and the foundations to that chain are centralized, then the whole thing can be, literally all the data can be wiped out by that central point of foundation. So that's why you need an economically competitive, globally distributed network for this central chain to be on. And that's what proof of work is all about. And this is what Bitcoin is all about. So you've got data that can't be deleted on a foundation that doesn't have any central point of authority, control, or failure. That's what it's about. So, I mean, great system if you put it all together. But, I mean, you have to have an understanding of economics and all that to really appreciate it. But if you're just techie, I can sort of understand where he's coming from. My main reservation was that despite its innovative design, it didn't address any issues that I personally found significant. My skepticism about blockchain persisted until a few months ago. Oof. Good grief. So he's been sitting on this for 14 years and just changed his mind. Can you imagine? So just until a few months ago, when I collaborated with one of Aerospike's recent customers, the BSV Association. It uses blockchain to elegantly solve an engineering challenge that, to my knowledge, has not been effectively addressed elsewhere, especially not as seamlessly. The creation of an unbounded and linearly scaled core banking system. Well, banking is actually a service. So you bank with someone, like, you know, it's the bankers. The name bank comes from banki, which is bench in Latin. So it was the bankers were those who used to keep the ledger. This isn't really a banking system. I suppose so. It's a well, I suppose what a ledger system, isn't it? Really, as Ian Grigg eloquently put it. Oh crikey, something to do with a ledger having a third party, rather than sort of like a triple entry accounting is what he referred to this as. Yeah, so it's kind of banking. Banking more represents a third party, whereas this isn't necessarily a party that's involved. It's a kind of triple entry, I suppose. Interesting. Let's go on with it anyway. Jabbering away to myself. I'm choosing to use core banking system instead of cryptocurrency. Well, it's not actually cryptocurrency. Again, it's a digital commodity, which is money at its core. So, yeah. To avoid the various connotations associated with the latter term. For this discussion, we can think of a cryptocurrency simply as a system that enables customers to create accounts, deposit, withdraw, and transfer funds, functions that mirror those of traditional core banking systems. Yeah, but he's missing out the actual use of having immutable data, which can be used as proof that a digital record was created at a particular time by an individual through the use of digital signatures. In my view, core banking systems represent quintessential examples of complex, mission-critical, secure, and precise applications that have, despite considerable efforts, consistently resisted modernization. The unmodernization of balls. Many core banking systems are either unscalable or inefficiently scalable, causing financial services companies to expend significant resources and effort for only minimal increases in workload capacity. Typically, these scalability limitations stem from reliance on relational database management systems. Good grief. So, RDBMS. Relational database management systems. Such as mainframes or oracles, which inherently lack the necessary scalability. I'm guessing this part of it. So Aerospike is the real-time database built for infinite speed. Infinite, again, shouldn't really be using that word, but anyway. Infinite speed, scale, and savings. We deliver the lowest latency with highest throughput everywhere all the time, plus the lowest all-round cost and smallest carbon footprint. Cloud first and AR ready, we make it easy to maximize the value of data. Learn more, the latest from Aerospike, revolutioning storage I/O, the best just got better. Aerospike database 7.1, caching and storing pickup speed, and announcing features to boost LRU cache performance. Sorry, we'll just see what that links to. Alright, Aerospike, okay. Let's have a quick look. Aerospike is the database built for infinite scale, speed, and sustainability. We're ready for what's next. Well, infinite should be unbounded, cough cough, as Ruth Eastman correctly stated. Missions and values, customer first, integrity, accountability. Behold, empathy, transparency, collaboration, results focused. Vision. The Aerospike has long been the cornerstone of innovation for enterprise, optimizing operations with data-hungry applications. We believe there are no limits to how businesses can innovate with their data, and promise to help our customers optimize for the cloud and seize the growing opportunities to expand their use of transformative AI applications. Together we will unlock and accelerate an exciting future. Alright, well, I'm kind of like a little bit wishy-washy, but sounds alright. Okay, now we know about them. Upgrading the heart and soul of core banking systems from RDBMS to scalable, faster, more cost-effective and efficient NoSQL database has proven to be exceptionally challenging. This is largely due to the inherent characteristics of RDBMS, which are ideally suited for constructing complex systems. Nevertheless, a variety of applications initially developed using a relational approach have successfully made the transition to NoSQL. During the transition from RDBMS to NoSQL, the data storage layer inevitably loses certain key characteristics while gaining others. These lost features are critical to the application's functionality and cannot be overlooked. Therefore, it is essential to address the absence of these features within the application layer, which is precisely why migrating highly complex mission-critical systems away from RDBMS is so hard. Furthermore, RDBMS operations are backed by mathematical proofs, providing unbreakable guarantees of data integrity, even in the presence of application layer bugs. In contrast, the NoSQL realm, the highest authority is a dude who tests the database for a living. With all due respect, the most he can assert is that no bugs were found in the test version of a technology. Clearly, this level of assurance is insufficient for critical environments such as core banking systems. Therefore, if we intend to transition away from the mathematical guarantees offered by the rational model, we must implement similar assurances within the application layer. One method of achieving these assurances is through formal methods. However, given the complexity of core banking system, constructing one solely using this approach is highly challenging. The potential for blockchain. Stripping away the buzzwords, a blockchain is fundamentally a mathematical, proven zero-trust algorithm. That's a little bit of a complex way of saying it. Thus, it can be deployed in the application layer to offset the absence of mathematical guarantees in the underlying storage model. Furthermore, the success of Bitcoin showcases the blockchain technology can indeed be effectively used to construct a core banking system. I wouldn't necessarily say it was that way. I mean, so stripping away buzzwords, blockchain is fundamentally a mathematical, proven zero-trust algorithm. Okay, proven as in like it uses proof of work, and the data can't be deleted. Is that zero trust algorithm? It could be explained a little bit simpler than that, but yeah, I kind of agree with that. However, Bitcoin and numerous other blockchain-based cryptocurrencies, again, they're not, well, Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency. It is a money. All the other shitcoins are cryptocurrencies. Securities fraud, actually, to be more precise, as defined by SEC versus W.J. Harrico 1946, that was ruled on by the Supreme Court, are significantly limited by their transaction throughput, which is considerably lower than that of traditional unscalable financial transaction systems. Consequently, in this particular aspect, existing cryptocurrencies do not offer substantial improvements over traditional financial systems. Yeah, because they're pieces of shit, garbage. BSV's solution to blockchain throughput challenges, without delving into excessive detail, the limited throughput in blockchain-based cryptocurrencies, shitcoins, securities frauds, primarily stems from the size of the blockchain blocks. For example, the block size of the most famous implementation of the Bitcoin white paper, BTC, is capped at 1 megabyte, restricting it to processing just 7 transactions per second, an embarrassingly low figure. In contrast, the Bcrash implementation has managed to boost throughput to over 100 transactions per second by increasing the block size to 32 megabytes, although this number also remains disappointingly low. The genuine Bitcoin, BSV, for short, is another implementation of the Bitcoin white paper. Well, actually, it's not. It's not another implementation. It's the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. But anyway, BSV's primarily design goal is to overcome throughput limitations by limiting the block size cap, theoretically enabling unlimited throughput. However, this modification presents a substantial engineering challenge. Cryptocurrencies built based on the Bitcoin white paper use the unspent transaction output UTXO model. Unlike the traditional accounting model used in core banking systems, UTXO information is retrieved and updated in the UTXO store to verify whether a Bitcoin transaction can be spent. Any delays in processing a UTXO would greatly reduce the performance of a Bitcoin node, leading to revenue lost for miners. To expedite this process, it is essential that UTXOs are accessible as swiftly as possible. Storing UTXOs in memory would provide the speed needed for efficient operations. However, this approach comes with significant cost implications. Millions of transactions per second result in trillions of UTXOs requiring tens of terabytes of RAM. Such high resources demand could render the solution prohibitively expensive, posing a major barrier to widespread adoption and scalability. Well, it's professionalization, isn't it? Aerospike, the key to BSV's scalable future, using commodity solid-state drives instead of RAM for data storage, as Aerospike does, significantly lowers BSV's costs associated with maintaining UTXOs in fast data storage, ensuring both efficiency and affordability, which in turn promotes broader network adoption. That sounds good. It is important to note that the consistency and integrity of the UTXO store are crucial for the proper functioning of the node. If the UTXO store becomes corrupted, the node will be unable to participate successfully in revenue-generating activities for several cycles, resulting in an unwarranted but limited amount of damage. Therefore, BSV nodes rely on Aerospike's strong consistency model to mitigate this risk. However, the protocol's overall correctness, including the accuracy of balances and transfers, which could lead to unlimited damage if corrupted, relies on the strong mathematical guarantees provided by the blockchain at the application layer. Breaking barriers, unprecedented transaction capacity. In the testing phase, the BSV network demonstrated the capacity to sustain 1 million transactions per second over a long period, weeks, I think it was 2 weeks. By comparison, the Visa payment system can handle up to 65,000 transactions per second. And just think how big Visa is in comparison to Bitcoin right now. Whoa. And Visa can only handle 65,000 transactions per second. That means that Visa needs to port their entire customer base and their network onto the Bitcoin network. They need to use Bitcoin as the foundation layer for their services is what they need to do. And the only way they can use the Bitcoin foundation layer for their services is by buying Bitcoin. Yes. To manage 1 million transactions per second, each BSV node, known as a teranode, generates approximately 3 million requests per second on its Aerospike cluster, a significant number but modest compared with some other clients. For example, Citero, a renowned French ad tech company, uses Aerospike to handle 280 million requests per second, indicating that neither Aerospike nor block size will be a limiting factor in scaling the BSV network. In a parallel universe, over the past decade, I've assisted several financial institutions in scaling their systems for new use cases, such as mobile banking and regulatory compliance initiatives like open banking. That's quite a good one. A recurring theme in these projects is implementing solutions to enhance the throughput limitations of the underlying systems. In a previous article, I elaborated extensively on why such approaches are incredibly inefficient. Typically, these solutions employ a scalable database that retrieves data from an unscalable RDBMS via a complex extract, transform, load ETL process. While these systems do increase workload capacity, they necessitate substantial investments in the new infrastructure, require millions of hours of engineering work, and result in the creation of complex systems that are difficult to maintain. This is what I refer to as inefficient scaling. I can imagine a parallel universe where core systems are unboundedly and linearly scalable. In such a world, accommodating a new use case that increases demand on the core system could be simply managed by expanding the existing infrastructure. There would be no need to construct systems whose sole purpose is to shield the weakest link. To escalating complexity, no multi-layer billion-dollar projects just to launch an app. It is this vision that has changed my mind about blockchain. Crikey. So it's taken 14 years to persuade this guy to actually change his mind, and BSV has finally done it. I would say that alone is massive. That is massive. When somebody as skeptical as him has suddenly come around to it, he'll probably be shouting about this from the rooftops because he's just like, finally, somebody has solved the unbounded horizontal or linear scaling problem. And he will understand the significance of that, which is why he's written this article on it. So that is beautiful. Beautiful, and as Bernard Matthews used to say. Great stuff. Right, let's check into a little bit. Oh, it's 18 minutes already. All right, let's just check out this quickly then. We're at the 12th. There we go. So on 12th of June 2009 was just an email from Marty Maui where he was talking about using the word cryptocurrency. And he said, sounds good. He said, the P2P cryptocurrency could be considered as the slogan, even if it's a bit more difficult to say than the digital peer-to-peer cash. It still describes the system better and sounds more interesting, I think. It does sound more interesting, but it's not definitively correct because Bitcoin is cash. Yeah. And then also, check this out. It's on the 12th of June 2020. Samsung Mao posted this one. It said, Fake Toshi's Law is sending this around. And this is the email that Ontario sent out. I think that actually says 12th of June. So it says, Dear says a notice regarding ownership of BTC. I'll see if I can find that letter. So it says, we are something for, or maybe we represent Tulip Trading Limited. Tulip, something for Dr. Craig Wright. But yeah, there were addresses there. It was, I wish I could read it all. But I'll see if I can find the original letter. But that is what happened on the 12th of June in 2020. So an anniversary of that. So that's a 90-minute show. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. And as ever, if you enjoyed these updates, please ding your donations for your appreciations. We've got Satoshi at sempy.com, Satoshi at handcash.io, Satoshi at simply.cash, Satoshi at relasia.com, and we've got Satoshi at rockwallet.me. Loving it. And if you're new to watching the show, there are so many apps being built on the genuine Bitcoin right now, and these are just simply some of the wallets that I have and the Handcash handles that I use. So we'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it, and as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.